Hello everyone, welcome to Code Hub. Let us solve today's LeetCode daily challenge, and the question is Pascal's triangle. And the tag for this problem is easy. Given an integer num rows, return the first num rows of Pascal's triangle. In Pascal's triangle, each number is the sum of two numbers directly above it as shown. Okay. So given a Pascal's triangle, let us say we are having a first row. Then my next row will be having two elements, that is 1 and 1. In my next row, there will be an element there will be two elements where the first element is 1 and there will be a second element and the third element will be also 1. That is, for each and every row, the corner elements are 1, as you can see and observe here. What will be this element? This element is nothing but the previous rows. Then previous rows, this is the current row. Consider this is the previous row. This previous rows element plus the previous rows previous index element. Consider this index. For this index to calculate, what we are required to do is, if we want to calculate mat of ij, we want to go to previous row, mat of I minus 1. This gives me the previous row. And I want to take the jth index, this element plus what I have to do is mat of I minus 1. I have to go to previous rows, previous index, so j minus 1. So this is what I want to do. So I want to calculate for every mat of ij like this, mat of I minus 1 j and plus mat of I minus 1 j minus 1. If I can make this, then I will be able to do this. But one condition here is I should not calculate the first element and the last element. And you can see for each and every row there will be a size plus one row. So for this first row there will be one element, for the second row there will be two elements, for this third row there will be 2 plus 1 which is 3 elements, for this fourth row there will be 3 plus 1 4 elements. I hope you can understand. So this is calculated as 1 plus 1 which is 2. So for calculating this particular index, we will be going to the previous rows and we will be taking the current index, which is 2 plus, we will be going to previous rows, previous index, which is 1. So 2 plus 1 which is 3. And similarly, to calculate this index, we will be going to previous rows element, which is 1 plus previous rows previous index, which is 2. So 1 plus 2 which is 1 plus 2 which is 3. Like this we will be calculating for each and every row. So hope you understand this approach. Let us code the approach, it will be more clear. Okay, what we want to do is, if we are having a num rows which is 1, if my num rows is equal to 1 itself, what I can do is just return vector of 1, as simple as that. Or else if my num rows is equals to 2, or else we are going to calculate this. So what we can do is, we can have a for loop that is going till num rows int I equals to, initially I will be pushing two vectors. Initially I will be pushing two vectors, which is 1 and 1 1. So what I will be doing is, I will be having a vector of vector int, I will say it as Pascal triangle, Pascal, and finally I am going to return this Pascal triangle vector, Pascal container. So I can push Pascal. Initial value of Pascal is Pascal dot pushback of 1. And for if my Pascal is having a length of size 2, then I will also push back the 1, push 1 and 1 comma 1. So if my num rows is equal to 2, then also I can just return this Pascal itself. If these conditions are not executed, if num rows is greater than 2, then we want to calculate calculate it. So till my num rows is equal to, the num row starts from 3 and it goes till I less than or equal to num rows, right? I plus plus. Okay. Whenever I come inside this case, what I will do is I will declare a size, or I will declare a vector int current row. This will be my current row of size I plus 1, current row of size I will declare a current row of size I itself, and I will initialize it to 1. Now what I want to do is, I'm having these two rows. Now I want to calculate this rows where I am initialized everything to be 1. So now I want to go from the I want to leave this 0th index. I want to go from the first index till the last before index. So what I will do is, for int j equals to 1, j less than I minus 1. This will be making sure that I am going last before index, right? So I minus 1 is 3 minus 1 2. I will be initializing j as 1. So 1 is less than 2, so that it will go inside this loop. So j plus plus. Now what I will do is, I want to calculate the current rows j. How I can calculate this current rows j is, I can say that Pascal of I minus 1. Pascal of I minus 1 gives me the Pascal of I minus 1 gives me the gives me this vector, right? Yes, Pascal of I minus 1 gives me this vector, which is this one, and I want to take the jth index itself. I minus 1, it is this index, j is 1 0 1 plus Pascal of I minus 1. I'm going to the previous row and I'm just taking the j minus 1th index, which is this number. Previous index, this number. I minus 1 is 3 minus 1 2 2. Actually it will be it will not be, it will be I minus 2, because we are considering it as one based indexing. This I is based on one based indexing, so I should be going I should be accessing the 0 based index array Pascal. So if my I starts from 3, then I minus gives me I minus 2, that is 3 minus 2 gives me 1. So I will be accessing this first row considering 0 based indexing. So I minus 2 j and Pascal of I minus 2 j minus 1. That's it. And after coming out of this loop, I will just push back this current row. Pascal dot push back of this current row. And finally, I'm just returning this. Hope this is clear. Let us run our code and see whether it is working or not. Push back. Sorry. Now we can just run the code. Sorry, it is num rows. It is not nums rows. Num rows. Now let us run our code. It should work fine. Yeah, it is working good. Let us use the example test cases as well. Superb. It is accepted. Let us submit our code. It got accepted. So what will be a time complexity? The time complexity will be a num rows into num rows. So that's the time complexity. It is n into n square, n into n. So we are creating a n cross n matrix itself, but we, on an average, each row is containing one element less than the next row. But anyways, we will be building the n cross n matrix only. So it is the time complexity. The space complexity will be also n cross n. And we have completed our today's LeetCode daily challenge. Let us see in tomorrow's LeetCode's daily challenge and solve it. If you think I want to improve in anything, let me know in comments. Until then, bye.